Some of you guys have already started the process of changing careers. Some of you guys have gotten a degree, you've gotten a certification, you've got a credential, you've done something educationally or training wise to start the process so that you can be more qualified and marketable to help you to transition and change careers. Shout outs to you for doing that. For those of us that are stuck, you've done that, right? You've completed your training, you completed your education, and you are not getting the results in the job search process that you liked. If that's you, I want you to stay tuned. This video is for you.
Foot on his neck, I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content, he calling me big, running up chicks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail, I run at my pace, they loving the spread, foot on his neck.
First off, what's going on, fam? Thanks a ton for joining me. It's your boy, Quintrell Lenore, Q here, back with another video. All right, so as a career development professional, and I would also add maybe a workforce development professional, I've always seemed to work with individuals, adult individuals, who are trying to grow professionally, right? They've done a certain career for X amount of time, or they've been in the workforce for X amount of time. Maybe it's a few gig jobs. Maybe they've been working customer service, and they've maybe been in a place where they're underemployed, and they've committed to the process of doing something new, right? Meaning they're trying to gain some training, some education in order to requalify themselves for future opportunities. This is the message that I want to say for you guys. Keep going. You started the process, keep going. I know it's frustrating. I know it sucks. I know it's painful when you're trying to do something better with your life and you have a goal and you're not getting the job prospects that you wanted. Maybe you have applied for 50, 75, 100, 200 jobs and you're getting the rejections, or you're not getting anything. You're getting ghosted, right? Keep the process. What I challenge you first to acknowledge is that this is a mindset thing. We first have to think about transforming our mindset. Most of us, the concept of a career is brand spanking new, So if we've worked in a job for 5, 10, 20 years and we've been maybe underemployed, we have to acknowledge that, all right, I want something new. I want growth opportunities. I want sustainability. And now I'm committing to doing something new. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be different. There's gonna be some pain involved. So the first thing I wanna acknowledge to you is that you're doing something new. So we have to transform our mindset that this is gonna take some time. The second thing I want us to think about is most of us are out there when we're job searching, we're clicking and applying to any and everything, right? You do have to do traditional efforts to land a job, right? I'm not telling you to not apply for a job through online tools. Maybe you're visiting job search boards. You've been applying to maybe hundreds of jobs and you haven't experienced the luck that you want. So I'm not gonna tell you to not stop applying for jobs, but we have to do something different, meaning we have to start networking, all right? This is a concept that it rubs people. This is, it's gonna require us to get outside of our comfort zone. So step number 2 is we have to do some networking. We gotta meet people. And I wanna give you some homework. I don't even know who's listening to this video. If this is something for you personally, what I challenge you to do is I want you to start with meeting 25 people. When I first started making this video, I put up there 100 people, right? And that's a scary number to a lot of us to imagine. But I want you to commit to meeting 25 people. People that are in careers that you're trying to get in. Maybe they're hiring managers or directors or managers of, the type of industry or job function that oversees the area that you're trying to get into. Maybe you reach out to recruiters, human resource professionals, talent acquisition professionals. Maybe you reach out to the big dogs, the C-level suites, the executives, the owners, CEOs of companies. What I want you to do is make a commitment to meeting people, right? Start with 25 people and you can always scale it up. When I think about my career change, I've had a few career changes, by the way. So when I first went into this world of sports performance, and I wanted to transition out of sports performance because I was stuck. Like my wife was giving birth to our first child, and I felt like I needed to make a shift in careers because I couldn't be available as I would have liked as a parent. So I had to network. So being an unqualified sports performance coach, I went back to my alma mater and just reached out to people that were there, right? So long story short, I was able to make that transition by networking. When I transitioned out of higher education altogether, You know, I had to network. I had to look at people that were maybe outside of the field or in areas that I was trying to go to ask them, hey, how did you get there? Or can you tell me some more information? I know I'm going on a tangent a little bit. This second point is really to emphasize you have to meet people. These people might not always have a job, but they have something, some sort of information that you need to learn about. And you also just need to trust the process, that you can't sit behind your computer and just click and apply for jobs and expect your job search to be fruitful. So meet people, make a commitment to getting in front of people. It can be virtually, it can be in person, ask somebody to coffee or lunch or whatever, but make a commitment to meeting people. The third point and the last point, it kind of goes with the second one, but I just put it as broadly as this. You have to do something different. If you have been applying to jobs, maybe it's been hundreds of jobs and you still have been rejected, you have to do something new, right? I like the quote, I forget exactly what it says, but insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, but expecting a different result. That's insane, right? Why would you do something repeatedly and expect for a new outcome to come about, right? You got to do something different. So there's a lot of things that you can do differently. Your strategy for searching for jobs. I kind of emphasize with the second point that there's power in networking. So that's something that you can do. If you've been applying for 200 jobs, I'm willing to bet that your brand is a little bit off. I'm willing to bet that your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn is something that you could change and pivot and just get some feedback on constructively. So that's another idea. But the point I'm making is that you have to go to the drawing board to do something new. People like myself, I'm a very introverted person and input is low for me. I'm thinking about my Clifton Strengths Assessment. Input is low, meaning I really don't want to hear nothing that outsiders have to say. Me knowing this about myself, I have to do extra work in order to put myself in position to learn something brand new. I'll never forget this. So in college, if you read my book, by the way, you'll get a little bit of understanding of my story. But long story short, in college, I was kicked off the football team, right? I was really frustrated because, you know, I had expectations for myself and I wasn't getting the respect or the playing time that I felt like I should deserve. I was going against the process. I did not trust the process, but I had a really good example of a roommate that did a phenomenal job. So I won't tell his name. If you want to know more about the story, check out his book. But my roommate did this. He put himself in position to get mentored. You know, as an underclassman, you know, he reached up to some of the older classmen, right? He put himself in position to learn new skills. And long story short, the brother ended up being one of the best players at our alma maters in school history. Went on to get drafted, have a very successful career in the NFL. And for me, that was a huge lesson learned, right? He put himself in position to be mentored. So me looking back as a 35-year-old adult, it's like a lot of clarity there. I know that for me, I have to do something new if I want to try to grow professionally, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Some of us need to think about rebranding ourselves. Some of us need to do something new and get some coaching, get some feedback, some mentorship. Some of us need to try a different strategy versus just clicking and applying to any and every job, right? Hopefully that makes sense. The 3 things that I recommend is to first renew your mind. Understand that your career is a new thing. This is a new construct. It's going to take time to get there. The second thing is make a commitment to meeting people, to networking. The third thing is make sure you try something new. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's helpful for you. Hey fam, thanks for tuning in for this video. If you need help, if you are stuck in your career, reach out to your boy. Visit LeNoirCoaching.com. We have coaching services, we have some free resources, and we have courses, including our 60-day career change course. It's a good one. You probably want to check this one out if you are in that stage of your career where you're trying to transition. Secondly, shoot us an email. I'm accessible at info@LeNoirCoaching.com. I'm also on social media. Connect with me on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. Lastly, if you haven't already, don't hesitate to get our book, Purpose Driven Work. It's on Amazon. You guys can order from me directly. It's going to be a blessing for those of us that feel stuck, for those of us that are trying to align our dreams, callings, and careers with our purpose. It's going to be a good one for you. Listen, Go and conquer it. Go seize this day. Seize this opportunity. I'm excited about your future. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care.
Foot on his neck, I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content, he calling me big, running up chicks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail, I run at my pace, they loving the sprint, foot on his neck.